Hi, this will be a relatively short Excel instructional video showing you how to calculate summary statistics in Excel. I'll be using Excel 2016 for Mac. Okay, so again, I have my data in here that you might recognize from an earlier video on the number of games that Wayne Gretzky played in for each season he was in the NHL. So we learned how to make a histogram. The next thing that we want to learn is how to calculate summary statistics. Remember, that's like mean, median, standard deviation. Okay, so it's very easy to do. So I'm just going to go again to make sure that my analysis tool pack is turned on. The way that I do that, I'm going to go up to Tools, Add-ins, and just make sure my analysis tool pack is turned on. Say OK. All right, and then I want to use it. I'm going to go to Data, Data Analysis, and now I want what's called Descriptive Statistics. Okay. All right, it's asking for my input range. It's highlighting what I want, but just to remind you, I can click on this arrow and I can go here, highlight the values that I want, go back to the arrow. I do have labels in the first row. My columns, my information is grouped by columns. What that means is if I had lots of data, I had not only the number of games that Wayne Gretzky played in, maybe I had a bunch of other players. I could select a variety of rows and it would calculate all of this descriptive statistics for each column. And my output range, I'm just going to tell it where I want it to put it. Just click a cell. And I need to click to tell it that I want the summary statistics. I'll say OK. So it pops out a lot of information for me. So on a homework assignment, I'm going to ask you to do something similar to what I'm going to show you here. You just need to know which pieces of information you really need. Okay, so we need to know what the mean is. So I'm just going to highlight them. All right, so the mean is important and the median is important. And remember, when we looked at the histogram earlier, I'm just going to click back really quickly, we saw that our distribution is skewed to the left. Remember, that means we want to use median to describe the center of our distribution because mean is going to be pulled down by this value that's down here. So mean should be lower than median. Let's double check. Look, mean is lower than the median. Okay, so median in this case would be the measure of center that I'd want to use. All right, we have measures of spread, and in this case, this is going to give us standard deviation. All right, one thing that we notice is missing, it gives us the range, it gives us the minimum and maximum, but one thing that we notice is missing is the interquartile range, the IQR. So I just want to show you a quick way to calculate the IQR. So let's highlight the data that we have here, and we can always sort our data numerically. So if I go to Data, I can look here at Sort, and I can ask it just to sort my data up or down. So look, now all my data is in a row. What you lose here if you don't have the seasons listed in another column is you don't know which season each of these happened in. That's okay, I guess, in this situation. So now I have all my information here. If I want to calculate the first quartile, remember I need for IQR, that's going to be my Q3 minus my Q1. My first quartile and my third quartile are important pieces of information. My first quartile is just the median of the first half of data. So where's my first half of data? Well, I have 20 data points. My first half of data is the first 10. Okay, I can easily see that this is 10 rows highlighted. This is the 11th row, second row. Okay, so I have 10 rows highlighted. So if I want to figure out just what the median of those rows are, go to Data Analysis, Descriptive Statistics. And now my input range isn't all that. It's just these ones right here. Okay, say OK. I don't have labels in the first row because I didn't, in this case, highlight row 1. I'm going to put my information somewhere else. So maybe I'll put it over here. And I do want summary statistics, although really all I care about is median. Oops. Okay, what did I do here? Oh, I did something weird here. Okay, click. Okay, okay. All right, look, so I got a median just for those first 10. So really what that is, I'm just going to highlight it. That right there is really your Q1. Okay? Now if I want my Q3, I can do something really similar with the top 10. If I can find the median of my top 10, I can figure out what my I can figure out what my Q3 is, because the Q3, the third quartile, is just the median of my top half of my data. So again, I can go to Data, Data Analysis, Descriptive Statistics, and I'm going to have my input range just be these cells right here. Click here. I have to put my information. I don't have labels in the first row, so I want to make sure that's not clicked. And I'm going to put my output somewhere else, maybe right here. I want summary statistics. Say OK. All right, and I can see this median right here is 80. I'm just going to highlight that really quickly. Okay, and that right there is my Q3. And I could have easily seen that, but just by looking right here, I can tell that the middle value there is 80. That was clear. Just depends on how much data you have. Okay, so this could be a quicker way to do it. So now if I want my IQR, I'm just going to take 80 minus 73.5, and I'll have my IQR. And I can have the Excel do that for me if I want. I can just say equals this cell minus this cell. It'll tell me it's 6.5. Okay, that's all you need to know for descriptive statistics in Excel.